welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I am here with a review for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on Xbox. Now this is developed by Headless Chicken Games and published by Game Mill Entertainment, who were kind of sending me a copy for this video review, so huge thank you to them for that. Now this released on the 26th of the 9th 2025, and this is a sort of video game version of the 1964 animated Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer classic. Now it's mainly big in America. It's a huge Christmas cultural thing in America, the animated movie. I can only say I've watched it once because I'm not from America, but I have watched it once. It's cute. I probably know of it more from Elf, where they sort of put the characters into Elf. But it's basically the story of Rudolph. Now, what you're getting here is a platforming game where you play as Rudolph and friends, and honestly, the best way I can describe this is like your kid's first Spyro the Dragon game. It reminds me of Spyro. It kind of plays a lot like Spyro. It has all the hallmarks of Spyro, except you're not a dragon, you're a flying reindeer, or a gliding reindeer, because you don't technically fly in the game. So this is you playing through a variety of different worlds. There's 4 different worlds you'll play through with boss fights at the end of them. There's also I don't want to say sliding sections, but there's on rail sections as well between them, and they're all slightly varied. You start off in Christmastown, then you end up on the Isles of Misfit Toys, mountain caves, and then towards Santa's castle. And if you've ever played a 3D platforming game, there's tons of collectibles. You have to collect Santa's sleigh bells for him. There's baubles that you collect, and then there's a currency that's a golden nugget. And you'll find these scattered all over the environments. Some of them you have to do little missions for people and characters that are dotted around. Sometimes you can go into the store and trade in currency for them. Some of them you just got to go off the beaten track and find them. Now, Rudolph can jump, double jump, glide, and headbutt, a sprint headbutt, and a downward smash attack. So, very much Spyro. It's actually quite enjoyable. To say it's obviously aimed at younger audiences, I didn't mind playing it myself, and my kids played it with me because you can play it co-op as well, which is nice. There's platforming sections, there's racing sections, there's all sorts to do, and like I say, you can go back to the previous environments, the world you've been at previously, to get all the collectibles if you've missed any. So don't worry about that, but if you want to get all the achievements, you do have to find all the collectibles. If you just want to play through the story, it's not the longest. You can get through it if you're just doing the story quests in a couple of hours. However, full completion does require going back and forward a little bit. A lot of exploring, looking around every corner and stuff like that. Now, the boss fights are very much old school platforming games. They remind me of Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. And yeah, they're fun. I will say the only downside of this game is the camera can be a little janky at times, and on the boss fights, sometimes the hitbox doesn't seem super great, especially on the first one. I was trying to kill this, knock this Yeti over. One time I'd walk into it, it knocks it over. The next time it does damage to me, even though I'm doing the exact same thing. A little frustrating, but luckily you don't have a limited amount of lives. If you do die, you lose some of your currency, your nuggets, but the good thing about it is they respawn all the time. If you go in and out of an area, they'll respawn back where they were. So even if you lose a few on a boss fight or by falling into water or something like that, you can quickly recoup them by just running around the environments again. Now, the game is voice acted, and like I say, it does look a lot like the animated special. They've done a fantastic job of keeping with the overall aesthetic of that, the soundtrack, and how everyone talks. The story is generic, and some sort of plot points just sort of happen without really any explanation. Like 1 minute you're doing this, the next minute it's like, oh no, Rudolph's red-nosed out, go home, you're not allowed here, and it doesn't really follow on all the time. But your kids are gonna love it, and if you want a game for Christmas, this one is actually pretty decent. Now, on Xbox, it's playable on Xbox Series X and S and PC, so it is a Play Anywhere title. It's priced at $34.99, and it's also available on basically every platform, PlayStation, Switch, stuff like that, PC. Well worth playing. Honestly, better than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little bit more linear, just sort of following left to right maybe, or very basic. And I'm not saying it's not easy, like the platforming challenges and stuff aren't particularly hard. The hardest bit is dealing with the camera. But there's a lot of variety, a lot of environment to explore, even though some of it's a little sparse at times. It's just better than I was expecting, and having the co-op in there as well makes it really good. And honestly, it's a game I never thought we'd need. Like, who'd have thought we were going to get a video game version of like a 1964 like animated like stop motion movie? I never did, but there's been weirder things out there, and honestly, I do love tie-in video games, and this is one that I definitely recommend for Christmas, or if you've got younger kids. So anyway, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon for more gaming content. Thanks for watching.